What's up, guys? Mike Brown here for thelines.com, playpicks.com. Let's talk some Monday night football between the Rams and the Cardinals. What a hell of a game here. I mean, seriously, this is one of those games. Maybe we're going to see the rematch in the playoffs down the line here. Two of the best teams in the NFL, two of the top 5 power-rated teams in our power rankings at the lines as well. Before we get going, as always, everything we do is free. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really do appreciate that, guys. And, of course, we're going to be doing a giveaway here sometime next week before the end of the year. So, all you got to do is be a subscriber, and you're automatically entered. Big giveaway for us. If we take a look right now, we see sitting 2.5 right now in favor of the Cardinals, depending on where you want to take this thing. Total sitting at 51 or 51.5, depending on the book as well. On the injury side of things, Rams center Brian Allen is doubtful for them. Cardinals left guard Justin Pugh is questionable for them. So neither team really beat up in this one. So looking like they're going to be about the best version of themselves. Now, Chase Edmonds for the Cardinals was his 21-day window for them to put him on the active roster from IR. Did get opened. So we will at least monitor that to see if they decide they want to bring him back kind of immediately here or give him one more week and it's still the James Conner show for another week for them. If we take a look here, guys, I mean, listen, we know what we've seen out of these teams. We've got the best team in the league in the Cardinals, record-wise, on-field performance-wise, really, if we just kind of are being honest with ourselves. And on the Rams side of things, we've seen some really, what can we say here? It's inconsistent play, right, from these guys. And I understand when Robert Woods went down, that was a big blow to this offense. It's very, very tough to replicate a guy like that, even if you do have Odell Beckham. And it's been very inconsistent for this team. Does look like Darrell Henderson's going to be back for them. So what the split between him and Sony Michel is going to look like will be interesting, as they are going to want to try to run the ball, I imagine, on this Arizona team, where if you kind of take a look at what they do well, they defend against the pass very, very well. And on the run defense side of things, now listen, a little bit of a disparity here between the advanced analytics, but if you do look, they're 15th overall run defense, DVOA, according to those guys, but then according to Pro Football Focus, they're 31st run defense in the NFL. So you look at this Rams team, it's been at least a little bit clunky when it's not Stafford to Kupp in the pass game. At least should be able to find some success on the ground. They'll have Henderson, and then they found something in Sony Michel last week as well. I mean, if you look at, again, the Cardinals, they're giving up 30. I mean, they're 30th in the league in yards per rush allowed as well. And J.J. Watt going down was such a big thing. I mean, outside of the pressures on the defense for him, really what was another thing that people didn't talk about a ton was just the fact that he was one of their best run defenders, if not their very best run defender. So with him going down wasn't great. Run stop win rate for this Cardinals team, 29th in the NFL. So I'll continue to scroll down here if you want to read some more of the game matchup preview here. Of course, this is all free over at the lines if you want to just take a look at it as well. But on the offensive side of the ball for this Cardinals team, look, I paid attention to that game last week. I'm sure you guys did, but I paid attention very, very closely to see what Kyler Murray looked like because they held him out. And I think they did an awesome job here because they understood a healthy Kyler Murray is the only chance they're going to possibly have to make an actual run at this thing. And probably a healthy DeAndre Hopkins as well is the only chance you're going to have. And they just held these guys out probably longer than they had to, but to make sure that they were good to go. And what I saw last week in Kyler Murray was a healthy Kyler Murray. And the other thing that you can tell with Kyler Murray when he's healthy is he's running the ball. And when he got hurt last year, he quit running the ball. He didn't want to take the hits. He didn't want to risk any sort of further injury. Last week, he ran the ball. Last week, he was mobile. Last week, he was that Kyler Murray that creates plays, extends plays, does all the stuff that makes him one of the best quarterbacks in the league. DeAndre Hopkins, listen, while he didn't have a big stat line day, he did play on 74% of the snaps. So he just whatever, call it rust, call it whatever. I mean, whatever. Maybe we got some extra attention, whatever it might be. But he was out there. He was running routes. He's a guy that's going to, he'll get it together. Don't worry about it. These teams did play back in week 4. This was a Cardinals win, 37-20 over the Rams. Since that time, the Rams have gone 5-3. But in those 5 wins, the teams that they beat, the 5 wins, those teams' combined records is 13-46-1. The 3 losses were to the Titans, the 49ers, and the Packers. And what do all those 3 teams have in common? They're teams with a pulse. They're teams with over 500 records. So they have not been able to get it done against good teams so far this year, and the Cardinals are a good team. As consistent a team as we've seen on both sides of the ball. And now, if there's a lot of run success that the Rams can find in this game, I think this thing, probably could tip their way. And if you wanted to play the Rams in a teaser leg because you wanted to take this 2.5 up to 8.5, I'm not going to sit here and tell you not to do that because I think this plays within one score. But that being said, I played the Cardinals early in this thing, got them at 2.5, and there's better numbers out there now. Didn't get the best of the number. You can find them at -2, as we were talking about. So you can get them at DraftKings at -2, elsewhere at -2 as well. They're the better team to me. They're a higher power ranked team to me in my rankings. They're also the team with, right now, better consistency and better performance on the offensive side of the ball, which is what I think is going to be the key in all of this. 2 really, really good defenses, and then an offense that I do give the advantage to the Cardinals in this thing. So under a field goal, took them at under a field goal. If you ask me about the total here, and this is probably going to end up in my account too, what we do see typically from these island games is people come in and want to bet the overs. If this thing trickles back up, I'm going to play the under in this. Like I said, this is 2 good defenses here. And also with the Rams, like I said, it seems like the path to victory for this Rams team is going to be to run the ball successfully. And when you look at that and you combine good defense, you combine run the ball a lot more, and then you also look at these defensive statistics from these teams as well, right? You take a look at the Rams. They are a team 13th overall in the league in red zone defense in preventing touchdowns getting in the end zone. Might have to settle for a field goal. Might have to get down there, fight hard, and then not be able to get those 7 points on the board. And I also think the Cardinals will probably rely on a pretty kind of dink and dunk, short, high percentage pass game as well. Jalen Ramsey being out there, he has been listen, he's not shadowing anymore, but he's still been fantastic. And he's been playing kind of this ball hawk position in the middle of the field. And with that, I think that they're going to try and just throw around him, keep it away, and not take any too many crazy chances down the field as well. So I can see the clock just keep ticking in this thing, and next thing you know, we look up and we're not playing anywhere close to this 51.5. So on the under there as well. As from a prop perspective, and again, guys, all you got to do, homepage at the lines, prop finder. You can pick your state. We'll just leave it on Arizona for now. Zach Ertz. And the reason I want to look at Ertz here is I just mentioned. So what we're getting here out of Jalen Ramsey is him playing and patrolling the middle of the field a whole lot more. And that's where Zach Ertz does everything. And that's where Zach Ertz does the majority of his damage, right? Is over the middle of the field. And so for me, I would think maybe they try to generate more touches, one, to not only the guys on the outside, but maybe to more like a Rondale Moore, who's a little bit more slippery, a little bit more likely to get away from a guy like Jalen Ramsey and the stuff that they're doing over the middle, right? So I'm playing unders on Ertz here. I think that what we're going to be looking here is more outside passing, and then if it does go over the middle, I think a little bit more to the guy that's, again, got a little bit more moves. So under on the yardage and then under on the receptions as well for Zach Ertz. We're getting plus money on the under here as well. So pretty interesting stuff. So unders on Ertz for me in this game. The other thing I'm going to look for, and as I said, I was paying very close attention to what Kyler looked like in that game last week. He looked spry. He looked completely healthy. And with that, I really do like his over on his rushing yards. We're getting a little bit of plus money as well on the over 26.5. It's even money on Kyler Murray here. This doesn't even necessarily have to be design runs, but I also think just plays getting broken down. Remember, there's going to be a lot of pressure as well coming from this Rams defense. So what do we get whenever we get a lot of pressure? Plays break down and guys have to take off sometimes. And so with that, Kyler Murray takes off. He ran for over 50 yards last week. We're only looking for 27 out of him this week. I really do like him as well on that. And then finally, if, and I'm saying only if, we don't get Chase Edmonds activated for this game, I really do like an anytime touchdown for James Conner, -125. You can see right here. He's been a bell cow for this team while Chase Edmonds has been out. In 3 of the 4 games, he has 22 or more touches in the games. So he's getting the ball. He's getting the ball a ton. He's getting the ball in the red zone as well. So again, this is a dependent on, so this is a bet you're going to make it like 90 minutes before game time here. But if we don't get an activation out of Chase Edmonds, and maybe the news will leak throughout the day that they're going to wait an extra week before they activate him, whatever it might be. But if that's the case, I really do like an anytime touchdown for James Conner as well in this one. Guys, everything we do absolutely free over on the line. So be sure, come in, take in all the stuff that we've got going on. And of course, we've got a little Discord channel going as well. So click that, join the Discord, get in the conversation with us on not only NFL, but college basketball with Eli and a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on. Go ahead and like the page. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel because like we said, going to do a big giveaway here probably at the end of next week. For everybody to subscribe. So all you got to do is be a subscriber, and good luck on all your bets here on Monday Night Football.